Hello, everyone. Welcome to Living Luxurious Ladies Night Out. I am Erica Lawrence, the founder of Bodies in Motion Wellness, and I am so excited to present this event tonight. I had a desire to present this event because I think it's time. I think it's time for Black women to embrace luxury, to learn how to walk in luxury, talk in luxury without feeling out of place, without feeling like we don't deserve it, because we do. We work just as hard. No, we work harder than most, right? We work harder than most. So if anyone deserves a life of luxury, it is a Black woman. So we are here tonight to discuss living luxurious. We're going to learn about a luxurious home. We're going to learn about luxurious hair, skin, and nails, luxurious travel. I'm so excited. So I do want to introduce my beautiful co-host this evening. You all know and love her, Angie, aka ADF the Kid.
Woo, 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 woo,
Gorgeous.
woo. Good. Am I here? Am I on?
Yes, you are on and looking luxurious, honey.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Thank you so much, Erica, as always, for always inviting me in. And I'm gonna just go ahead and say, inviting me into your home. This is my second virtual event. We've done numerous events in person. I've been to a lot of your classes. We've just grown to build such a wonderful, positive relationship, and I just always want to let you know how grateful I am for you being a presence in my life and always reaching out and allowing me this opportunity to help engage your listeners, to be a part of a sisterhood and a bond. And I think it's something dope that you're doing, and I will forever want to be a part of that growth. Anything positive, you know how it is.
Yay. Well, thank you so much for always being willing to participate and lend your gifts and talents to Bodies in Motion. I love you forever. All righty. So I do have a few giveaways that I'd like to start with. First, do you want to give a little background about who you are and what you do, and maybe some things you have coming up?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to give you the stage.
Yeah. I know the last time I was on, a lot of things were still in the works, but I'm excited for everyone that does not know me. My name is ADF the Kid, as she said, creator of Foxy Red Productions. I was the co-creator and still am of Impromptu, an urban improv team here in Charlotte. We went on hiatus, and that gave myself, the other creator, and the team time to operate solo, tap into our gifts. And one of my many gifts is being a writer, a stage director. I am working towards being a full-on production company. So we're going to manifest that. And I am a content creator, media personality. With that also being said, in the fall, please be on the lookout for Who You Kidding podcast. It's a play off my name, ADF the Kid. So right now I have my podcast coming up. I'm writing my short film and my play. So it's a lot bubbling. You know what I'm saying? You may not always see it on the surface, but it's coming. So that's what I have going on. Erica, I'm gonna hand the floor back to you, baby, because we got some beautiful women in here tonight ready to share all of their tricks of the trade, and I'm excited.
Yes. So thank you for sharing all that you have coming up. As always, you are in my prayers, wishing you much success in everything you are doing. I love how you said there's a lot going on under the surface. You may not see it on top, but there's a lot going on under the surface. That's the important work, right? The work that no one sees, the work that you do because you just love it, and you are sowing seeds and tending to, your seeds and your ground, so that you can have that bountiful harvest that people see at the end and think, oh, she just popped up and all this happened. No, sis has been working. Okay. There's been a lot going on behind the scenes. So thank you for that. Now, I did want to give a giveaway to the first person who comments. Let me think. The first person who can comment how many followers Bodies in Motion Wellness has on Instagram. So those who are watching us on YouTube Live, there's a chat box. Should be to the right if you are on your computer. If you're on your phone, it will be underneath at the bottom. You could just share how many followers do we have on Instagram, and I'll show you what you'll win. I am giving away a copy of a book I was blessed to be a co-author of, titled The Glambitious Guide to Being a Mompreneur. So I share my tips and tricks on how to manage your business while also managing your child or children. And I was so excited to be a part of this project with Lily Mae, who's the founder of Glambitious. There she is. She's gorgeous. She's a woman of God as well, who has just ignited everything that I've been working on, and love her to pieces. So you'll get a copy of this. And also our last speaker from Ladies Night Out back in, what was that, June? When we had the island theme, Dr. Chevelta. It's called Can I Push? And it's about pushing, understanding the process to delivering your purpose. So it's an analogy between giving birth to a human and giving birth to your purpose. So the winner will get both of these books. Whoever comments how many followers are on Bodies in Motion. So I'll give like another minute, because I know there's a lag between.
And while they're doing that, I just want to say, since I was able to co-host with you the last time, you had some wonderful health professionals on there, and Dr. Chevelta was one of them, and they both had so much knowledge and jewels to drop. And so the book would be amazing. An amazing treat if you win it. So definitely tune in for that. Look, I'm sitting here. I'm gonna be real candid. I'm sitting here. I got my computer propped up on my bar stool. I'm rocking it back and forth, girl. I'm really chilling like I'm in the house. Like this is really girls' night. So don't pay me any attention if I start. I'm gonna try to control it. But anyway.
No, listen, that's the vibe, right? That's the vibe that I want us to have. But listen, if I was having girls' night at my house, I would wear this. Like, I'm that extra friend. And growing up, people always told me, oh, you're doing too much, or why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And I'm so thankful that as an adult, I've reprogrammed their comments. Like, okay, I wasn't doing too much. You just weren't doing enough. No, I'm just kidding. But we all have different personalities, right? Like, this is just my personality, right? And it's okay. That's why we can't compare notes to what someone else has going on. Well, we can compare notes. We can't look at their answers, right? You know how they say keep your eyes on your own test? We can't look at their test because their test is different than ours, right? Their journey is different than ours. So me and my doing too much self will be here at my house drinking my sparkling water with my lime at girls' night.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we didn't have an answer for that. So maybe someone will pop up by the end. Maybe I'll ask it again. But I did want to give away 3 of these book bundles before the end of the night.
Nice.
All righty. So I'm going to do a quick opening prayer. And then we will go to Brittany from McClure Decor, who is going to talk to us about designing a luxurious home. All righty. Lord, I thank you so much for this opportunity to speak to your children, your daughters, and to relay whatever message you may have for all of us today. I'm praying for abundance for all of us. I'm praying for an overflow for all of us. And may we leave Ladies' Night changed and edified in so many different ways. We thank you and we love you. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. All right, now I'm ready. Okay. Britt, you ready? Britt's backstage. So, Angie, I'm going to send you backstage and bring Brittany up. All righty, see ya. Hey, Brittany.
Hi.
So thank you so much for coming on tonight. This is Brittany, the founder of McClure Decor. As you see, her space is so cute. And I can't wait to get you over here. Look, I have this waiting on you.
What you got?
Can I turn? Okay, this way. You see my paintings right there?
Yeah.
They need to be hung.
Okay.
So I'm waiting on you to tell me where to put that and the rest of these paintings that are right here next to my fireplace.
Okay.
I just moved. Yes, I just moved everyone in the audience. I moved in June. So now that I have everything unpacked in place, I'm going to call the magician, Miss McClure Decor, to get me right.
Yes, ma'am. You know you can always count on me. I got
Yes.
you.
So I'm excited to hear about how we can use what we have at home to make our space more luxurious. So I'm going to hand it over to you.
All right. Hey, ladies. My name is Brittany McClure. I have a interior design and decorating company that is called McClure Decor, off my last name. I have been decorating since 2014. I took a little break, but now I am back, and I appreciate the beautiful Miss Erica for inviting me to do this. This is helping me get back in the groove of things. She's always pulling me back out for when I have to go work on behind the scenes kind of stuff. But yeah, so starting off to live luxurious, your home is your comfort where you get to regroup, get to recharge. You want to make sure your space represents you and who you are and make you feel comfortable. So I just wanted to go over a few little tips I have to make you make your space more luxurious. So we're going to start with a few tips. So first thing you want to do is get rid of clutter. Cleanliness is next to godliness, and you want to start before you start doing the fun stuff decorating. You want to remove old things. So you want to remove stuff that you're not using, donate things, give it away, throw it away, do whatever you need to do, and start from there. And wherever you start could be mainly your bedroom. I like to work from my bedroom out because I spend most of my time here. So I like to make sure it's my zen, my peace. So literally just yesterday, I went through my nightstand. So I'm going through a process where I'm cleaning from things I don't see and out. So I was like, let me go through my nightstands. Let me go through my closet. Let me not just work on the outside, because it's like your brain. If you start to just push things away, it's going to pile up. So you want to start on decluttering your space. So start from the things that you don't want to do first, and then work your way out to the fun part, which is what I'm going to get into next, which is basically accentuating your areas. So that means adding accent pieces and things. So you can do an accent wall. I know I have some plans to paint this wall kind of like a coral color or play off this pillow. So that will instantly make your room pop. And it's adjacent from my door. You can't see because of the view. But when I come into my room, I will see this big, bright coral, accent wall. So if I'm sad or feeling down, this wall will help me feel a lot better. So I like to play off of colors, and so we'll do accent walls. You want to also do different pillows. I have tons of pillows. You can never have too many pillows. So don't let nobody come to your house and you got too many pillows. I hear that all the time. I'm like, you don't have enough. Like she said on us being extra, pillows dresses up your bed, and they're cheap. You can get pillows from Ross. You can get pillows from Marshalls. You can get pillows from Target, but it depends on your budget. Like I have paid $30 for this pillow. You're probably like, it's not worth it, but I needed this because it matches my ottoman. So that I got from Ross. But yeah, you want to get your pillows and things like that from Ross, Target, Marshalls, Burlington Coat Factory, and sometimes Walmart. But Walmart is not always the go-to for pillows. But also, I wanted to also throw out, a lot of people don't know this, but H&M, they have a home decor section. So you can get your things off online, and they do home decor accent pillow covers. So you see how you have this pillow, you can just buy a different pillow cover. So instead of buying so many pillows, you can get just a cover off of H&M Home, and they're super cheap. So moving on, after we have accent, you want to also do curtains. Curtains dresses up a room instantly. You want to hang them higher than the window, so it makes the room appear bigger. And then you have candles, artwork. When it comes to artwork, do not clutter your walls with it, okay? I know pictures are nice, but we just want to do a few here and there. I have 3 different little pieces on my wall. Now I have this tapestry, and then, which way? Move my head. Wait, hold on. This other little mirror. And so it's not too much going on. And when I do decide to paint, it still won't be oh my God. So you just want to make sure you don't do too much on the walls, and mirrors add light into your room. So make sure I have a lot of mirrors in my house, and I like to look at myself. So mirrors also bring light. But moving on, also, another thing that you can do to freshen up your house is replace plastic. So when it comes to replacing plastic, that's dishware and straws, and also plastic hangers. So when we go back to our first tip of decluttering, you want to remove all those plastic tacky hangers and replace them with like velvet, all one color hangers. And you can get a pack of like 25 from Amazon or Ross as well. Ross, I would just go ahead and get them because they're right there. You don't have to wait for them to come from Amazon. And sometimes they have more options. And then let's see, moving on. Also, the benefits of that is just, it makes you feel more luxurious. I like to go into my closet and see velvet hangers. I feel so bougie. And then if you color coordinate your closet too, that will help play up the decluttering that we're doing in the first step. And then next, also, we want to develop a cleaning plan. So once you do declutter your space, you want to make sure that you're keeping up with the cleanliness in your house. So you don't want it to be, okay, I have this beautiful space, but now I don't have no organization. I don't know where things go. It's like once your space is decorated, you kind of do want to keep it up and keep it nice. So I know all these pillows help make my bed look better. So it makes me want to make my bed up every single day. And then it's like, I did buy a $30 pillow. Y'all gonna see this pillow and I'm gonna see it every time I make my bed. So it's just the little things like that. If you develop a cleaning plan, start from your room. Like I said before, you want to make sure you're most comfortable or most space that you're spending your time in is done, and then work your way out. That way, if you get tired, you find yourself making that one mistake of sitting down. If you get tired and come back in your room's already clean. So you want to try to like break it down to either 2 rooms a day, start from your bedroom, work your way out. So your bedroom, your bathroom, that's one day. Next day, kitchen, living room, hallway, etc., and just keep working your way out. And then once you have a place where things need to go, you can kind of know, okay, hey, this goes here, this goes there. And it kind of helps you. And since you declutter, you don't have all this unnecessary stuff that you don't need in the way. And then last but not least, we are also going to always refresh our bedding. You want to make sure your bedding goes seasonal. So during the warmer times of the year, you want to get like quilts, light colored bedding to help keep your room kind of bright and airy. Now, if you're more of a dark pastel color kind of girl color palette, that's fine too. But just kind of make sure like your pillows or other little accent colors are bright to keep your moods up, because colors do play on our moods. So a lot of dark colors, if you're feeling down, can keep you down. So you just want to make sure you incorporate some light, fresh linen and bedding, and changing your sheets throughout the year helps with that. So also during the winter times, you want to get a heavy cover and a duvet and stuff like that to keep you warmer. And it also plays off it being cold. So those are the tips I have for you ladies on sprucing up your place. And you can always do these things on a budget. You don't have to do it all at once. I tell a lot of my clients that if you want to break down rooms, we can, because if you do it all at one time, you might be like, oh my God, it's a lot of money. But you have to remember, it is your home. So you want to invest in your space. So whenever you come home from a long day, tired, all the problems of the world, once you get in your house, you can let it be, and your house is comfortable. You have your candles, you have your pictures, your words of affirmations, if you have them on the wall, and paintings, just little things like that that help keep you grounded. You want to always make sure your house keeps you grounded. This is your sanctuary. This is where we woosah. This is where we raise our kids. And you just want to always make sure your space is comfortable and a reflection of who you are and your purpose in life. So that's all that I have. Erica, if you want to come back.
Yeah, thank you so much. I was trying to figure out what's going on with my camera. It looks like I'm having a disco party over here.
Oh, it does look like
I don't know what's going on, but anywho, so thank you so much. I knew I had to have you on today because you literally helped my daughter's confidence in herself shoot through the roof.
Yes.
So for those who don't know, Brittany came for my daughter's birthday and transformed her entire room. So she was transitioning from, I think 6 to 7. And so she needed a more like big girl room. And so Brittany came and transformed her room, had everything matching. She had a desk area. She had a costume dress up area. Like I would have never thought of those things, but Brittany brought her originality to the project. And I'm so thankful for her.
Yes, the dress up area was my favorite part. The drama kid in me was so happy.
Yes. So I have a closing question before I let you go.
Okay.
What is your idea of living luxurious?
My idea of living luxurious, ooh, that's a good one. My idea of living luxurious is pretty much keeping your mental in order, if that makes sense in a way. I feel like if like your mind and like I said, kind of goes with your home and cleanliness. And if your mind and your place isn't clean, it's like you can't really focus on, treating yourself, and not just in spa days. You want to make sure your house and everything is like there. So I guess I'm trying to say, like, if your mental is in order, I feel like it can help make you live a luxurious life. Does that answer the question? I suck at answering things in a spot like this, but I'm basically just trying to say that if I don't know, I just guess like cleanliness is next to godliness, and I feel like that's like the ultimate level next to luxurious. Living a luxurious life. And every time I hear this, I think about Gwen Stefani and Eve song.
Yes.
Night and day, and now we got the thing. Yeah. So I guess I hope that answered the question.
Yes, it absolutely does. Thank you so much, beautiful. I'm excited to hear everyone's answer throughout the evening.
You're going to make me reflect on my answer more and actually ask myself this and do a little self-reflection later on. So I appreciate you asking me, because I'm like, I need to get more to that. So I'm going to go back to my own drawing board on that question too.
That's what I love to do. Inspire that deep thought, right? Yes. Self-discovery. Yep. Yes. Well, thank you so much, my love. See you later.
Later.
Okay. It still looks like I'm having a disco party over here. I don't know what is going on. But I am going to welcome back my beautiful co-host, Miss Angie, before we transition to our next segment. Hello, gorgeous.
Okay, so I love designing, dressing, decorating, all of those things. My house is currently in transition, but
it looks good. I love that.
Girl, you see a corner, okay? Okay, remember that under the surface and all that? Yeah. But there were great takeaways from what she said. A lot of people just have no clue when it comes to home design. So her being very knowledgeable on what it is she does, that was awesome. Sometimes we need that. You know what I'm saying? I think people naturally feel like, oh, women, that's a woman thing. We know how to do that. It's not always everybody's thing. People assume that, like, oh, women should know how to dress and know how to do their hair and know how to design and know how to do. I can't do makeup. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm a female, so it's certain things we need a little help. That's where our sisters come in. So I think that was really dope, her coming in on that. I did want to ask you a question, Erica.
Sure.
When it comes to home design, what are 2 essential things you have to have in your home to make it a home?
Words of affirmation. I have to have them everywhere. So let me see if I have something nearby. Like I said, I just moved, so I'm still decorating.
I always noticed that, yeah.
So this says, see the beauty in all things. I'm actually going to put this here. I just haven't gotten around to hanging things in my home yet. But yes, I have to absolutely have words of affirmation. Look, 1 Corinthians right here. I have to have them because as soon as I walk home, as soon as I walk into my home, after the world has kind of beat me up a bit, I want to come home and be reminded of who I am, who I belong to, where my strength comes from. My strength does not come from this world. My blessings do not come from this world. Nothing comes from this world. And I have to have that reminder as soon as I walk in, right? So even the little hook that has my keys on it, it says keys, please. Like my house speaks to me in a very nice way with the words all over. That's also my love language. So have to have that. Did you say 2 things or 1? 2. Okay. I have to have words of affirmation, and I have to have items of luxury. Like I don't have any plastic in my kitchen. Like I don't have any plastic cups. I don't have any plastic Tupperware. Like I replaced it all with glass. So I drink my water out of glasses because that's just what I want to do. I don't like that plastic is made of so many different chemicals and the sustainability thing. It's just a lot of reasons. I don't use plastic.
Look at it like that. I didn't think about it like that, but definitely whenever I go into someone's home and they have all of this beautiful dining ware and things of that nature, I definitely think luxury. So,
Yeah.
you have to get rid of the plastic cups.
It's hard for the kids. I had to train my daughter to be careful, but for her, I'll give her like the little mason jars with the top on them because it's glass, but it's like a mason jar, so it's okay.
Yes. I get it. My kids have broken so many of my dishes. I just stopped. I think I started replacing my nice fine dining ware with plastic because of that. But I love it. For me, I have to have candles, scented candles. I'm big on aromatherapy and smell the house smelling good, smelling after I clean. I don't sage per se, but my way of doing that or just clearing the air in here is lighting some really good scented candles. They remind me of things. They take me back. They put me in a good mood and a good place. I throw my music on. So I have to have very nice scented candles all throughout the house and beautiful artwork. As a creative, like your words of affirmation, as a creative, I love to see beautiful pieces of art, different abstract pieces of art to remind me that there is, like your affirmation said, beauty in all things. I like it to be just different, and I need that reminder sometimes because as people, we are imperfect, and sometimes we look at ourselves as though there isn't beauty to be found in all of us, and those things are my reminders. Like, look at all the different things God made, and they're all beautiful. So those are my two things: beautiful art and some scented candles, child.
Yeah,
I love that smells like a man because I ain't got one. So
look,
bring that in. I'm like you. I am manifesting that.
Woo, working with the Lord. I feel like the Lord gonna save the best for last. He gonna save that one for last.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. We here together. We this town. I'm here with you, girl. All right.
And I do want to address something that you mentioned about the sage. My eyes were open to what sage is actually this year. So I used to use it just to say, oh, I'm clearing the air and everything. And I'm setting an intention. But what someone pointed out to me is, one, when I'm just saying I'm setting an intention or I'm giving this thing power in my space, I'm not giving God power in my space, if that makes sense. So instead of walking through my house and, lifting my hands and asking God to take away something or to do something or to bless something, I'm giving power to a stick of sage and say, okay, I need you to do this for me. I need you to do that for me. And we know God is a jealous God. He doesn't like us to put any gods before him, those little g gods. That could be sage, that could be money, that could be whatever it is that we put above him. Exactly. So I don't say yay or nay. I just say, for me, that's what I was told. That's what I went to God in prayer and said, hey, is this how I should feel about this? And my prayers were answered in a crazy way. Like, my power went out as soon as I said it. I was like, okay, I get it. I heard you. I got it. You don't have to tell me twice.
I'm not trying to make this no spiritual conversation. We can,
we don't mind.
Put God into whatever it is. We gonna have that conversation on another. But what we got next though? But conversation. I got a lot to say about that also. But we just go ahead, girl.
Yes. So next up is our hair, skin, and nail panel. I'm so excited. We have the beautiful Sheena, who is the owner of Star Studio Charlotte and the brand Sheena & Co. So I'm going to bring her up first and let you all get acquainted, and then I'll bring up our next guest. So let's add.
Hey, am I not? Hold up, can y'all see me?
I got to catch up.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
let's cheers, y'all.
Oh, yes, cheers.
Yes. How is everyone?
Luxurious.
Oh, you said I'm looking luxurious.
I said we live in luxurious, but yes.
We are. Listen, we are. We are. Everything right now. Listen, first of all, let me go. Can I go back to something? Am I able to take a stand on the stage?
Absolutely.
Yeah. First of all, the two little things that y'all were talking about prior, before I hopped on, about the things in your house, like that was a good question, Angie. And I was just thinking, like, wow, those are things that I also love. Having candles, and I got my candle lit. For this ensemble, the luxurious night, okay? And I just wanted to tap in with that. Like, I have one of my other ones is a picture, like pictures around my house. So I have pictures. I really enjoy taking pictures. One of the things that I actually, what brought me to not only being a model, but taking pictures a lot was when I lost my brother in 2009. We had only one picture of him. And it was like a younger picture where nobody could find any other pictures. And I said, never again. From this day forward, we're going to make memories. So that's a lot of reasons of why I take pictures. I don't just do it just because of what I do. I do it because it's a big thing for me personally. But I thank y'all. Look, the decor, everything. I'm loving Brittany for the things that I got some tips and stuff with the velvet hangers. Oh my God. And then I was like, I think I'm really luxurious. Now that you're talking about, having glasses in your house, that's all I have too. So yes, thank you so much for having me.
I'm gonna catch up.
It's okay. Listen, this is no pressure. This is no competition. This is us ladies sharing what we do so that we can all become the best versions of ourselves. Right. Yeah. So thank you.
Definitely. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go. This you, baby.
I was just about to say, and I definitely feel like luxurious to me is like a mindset. It's definitely a mindset. I think that your luxurious is what you define it to be. Is no proper, a perfect, luxurious person. Everybody does luxury in different types of ways. So in that standard, I feel like when you put a title to what luxurious means to you, it's all who you are and who you are. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be super expensive and it doesn't have to be super cheap. But for me, you would never know because I dibble and dabble between the two. You never know what high-end product is what or what low-end product is what. So, I mean, like I might have got my my glasses from the dollar store and you thought they came from Crate and Barrel. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, let your luxurious be what you want it to be. And don't ever feel like it has to be defined by anybody.
Absolutely.
Yes, that was beautiful.
Funny you say that, and then we'll jump into the conversation. But it's funny you say that because here recently, I've been doing some research on the minimalist life. And that doesn't mean they don't live luxurious. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, that is their version of luxury because they don't have so much to keep up with, they can travel as much as they want to. They can do these things and things that for them mean more in life. You know what I'm saying? So I second all of that for sure.
Yes. So we do want to welcome our next panelist, Miss Ebony from Serving Faces Spa. I'm going to add her in. Hey, gorgeous.
Hello.
Yes. Welcome. So I guess we'll start with what is your idea of living luxurious?
Your mic, baby. Your mic.
Now y'all can hear me? Mm-hmm. Mic check 1 2. Okay. So yes, I definitely agree with Sheena when she stated that it's definitely a mindset. I was sitting over here thinking, I was like, I don't even know. I'm over here on my phone looking like, what does luxurious mean? And I really cannot think about it because on my end, I'm very like, I guess I like to be humble. So if I talk about being luxurious, I feel like this, I don't know. I'm just kind of funny when it comes to that or whatever. So I'm just going to stick to it's definitely a mindset as well as just doing what you love and what you think that is luxurious to you and not putting a price tag on it. Because, I mean, like she said, you can go anywhere. Your luxury might be going to the thrift store and finding something real cute and it'll be cuter than something that you got out the mall. So it's all about the mindset and what does your body and soul good? What makes you feel good? So long as you feel good, I feel like you could be luxurious, whatever you do, or whatever items you have, or whatever. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Whatever makes you feel good, whatever feels good to yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to invite our final panelist, Miss Chris from Buff Salon. I'm so excited to have her tonight.
Oh,
Oh, cheers.
Cheers, ladies.
cheers.
So this is my glass at my office on my desk every day. This is what I drink out of, and it's not the fancy crystal. This is the everyday crystal because we don't have to wait for special occasions to celebrate or to enjoy things that are considered luxurious. These are when you work every day and you set intentions about what you want to do. You have to know that you deserve these things. So here we are.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So I am going to leave the room and let Angie take over with the panel discussion. And I'm so excited to learn from you ladies.
Okay.
All right, ladies. Well, this is a girls' night. So real quick, I'm gonna go around to everybody, let you give a little spiel on what it is you do, what services you offer, and then get into the nitty-gritty of who you are so we can get real personal. Before I do that, I just want to say I was looking at the sheet for the night, and I was like, I know Sheena, I know Kev. And then I looked at Chris's name and I was like, okay, I got one new person I don't know. It's been years. You probably don't even remember me. I used to come to Buff Salon and I was like, dang, she do the best nails, but she's so hard to get in there, boy.
Yeah. That's the luxury. That's the luxury.
Yes. And it's just so funny how things come back full circle and how everyone is connected, So I just think that's dope. I know everybody on this panel. But without further ado, we're gonna start with you, Sheena, baby. Tell everybody who you are, what you bring to the table, the services you provide, and then we're gonna keep it moving.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I am Sheena Steele, owner of Star Studio Charlotte, a hair salon based in the Charlotte area, University area, I should say. And I focus on bridal. So weddings and events is my focus, but every day I am at the salon. Monday through Friday, some Saturdays, doing hair services such as natural hair, relaxed hair, sew-ins, haircuts, color of that nature. My specialty when it comes to hair is focusing on the health of the hair. So my priority is just making sure that we work from the root up or through to the ends, making sure that you are doing the right things at home to protect it. And then moving forward, I'm really trying to see where we're trying to go as a goal for you when it comes to when you come into the salon. I also tend to do a lot of weddings. So when it comes to weddings, I'm doing a lot of those on the weekends. And then I also do makeup. So outside of hair, I have the makeup services, which I'm offering classes to those who would like to learn, which is a makeup in mimosas class that you can come to. And we also have our makeup in can't remember the name of it. Well, it's for teens. So it'll be a teen class also that we do for young ladies to boost their self-esteem and get them comfortable with just working with their skin and actually just learning how to do a little bit of like SPF and things like that for everyday soft looks. If they have like events or if they're a cheerleader, dance competition, things of that nature. So it's an overall hair, makeup, and fashion salon that I am, and I'm pretty much the face of that company. So the name Sheena & Co. Beauty is where that comes from because it is a brand and I represent it. So that's pretty much all of it in a nutshell.
Dope. I love your brand, love your salon.
Thank you.
Great energy, beautiful person.
Always.
We'll move right along. Ed, go ahead and hit them with what you got going on.
Hi guys, my name is Ebony, and I know I'm probably over here looking crazy, but I'm in quarantine and I got COVID right now, so I'm trying to like get my mind right. I'm over having hot flashes, so I'm trying not to fan myself up the ghetto. But excuse me for all of that. But yes, so my name is Ebony Burns. I am the owner of Seven Faces Spa. I am based out of Charlotte, North Carolina, of course, in the university area. And my goal is to educate my clients, for one, because I'm really big with skincare. I have went through my own skincare journey throughout the years. And when I became an esthetician, one of my biggest goals was to educate, because I felt like that something that was a big ass disconnect, sorry to cuss, a big disconnect when it comes to knowing about your skin and what you should do to your skin. I feel like we don't know enough, and spas has always been seen as a luxury type of thing, but it can be luxury, but also it can be also to help you with any skin concerns. So at Seven Faces, we focus on corrective skincare. I really don't do too many fluff facials because you can get fluff facials anywhere, but I really want to come in, transform your skin, make sure that you're comfortable in your skin and meeting your skincare goals. On top of that, we do waxing services as well, skin tag removals, as well as Johnny steaming. And that's pretty much it.
For now.
For now. Yes, for now.
Teeth whitening.
I'm sorry?
Teeth whitening?
Oh, yeah, teeth whitening too as well.
You got a lot of services.
I got so much. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Without further ado, Chris, let them know what you got going on.
Well, I'm Chris Davis, the owner of Buff Salon as well as Buff Beauty Academy. So I am Charlotte's first Black-owned nail school. I've been in the Charlotte area for 13 years. My salon, Buff Salon, is in Uptown Charlotte, and we've been in that location for 8 years. And I'm really excited about being here. This is the first, like I said, Black-owned nail school, and we also have a nonprofit that's attached to us to help with workforce development. So when young ladies or guys graduate from the school, to help them find jobs and, help a lot of people who come from disadvantaged situations be able to change their life through working in the beauty industry. So a lot of people never really considered nails as a career, but there's 4 ways, like I like to tell people, that they can look at it. It can be a hobby. It could be a very expensive hobby because buying nail products are very expensive. It could be a side hustle, something to kind of help you while you're working another job as you're trying to figure it out. It can be a job, or it can be a career. And for me, it has been my career for the last 32 years. And so I'm very excited to be able to share my knowledge with a lot of the new young people and be able to usher in the next generation of nail professionals in Charlotte and abroad. So
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that you 3 beautiful women are not only gurus in the beauty industry. Every last one of you are educators as well. You are
Yes.
putting into the community what you've gotten out of it, and then some. That is a big deal when it comes to our voices and what we can do as women, and a huge deal as Black women. So I love that you women are definitely pouring back in. We always need that. And speaking of educating people, I'm gonna go around the room, like, educate us on what we need to budget when it comes to your services. Chris, I'm gonna bring it right back around to you, because with beauty, that's a lot of the thing. That's the big deal, like getting our hair done, our nails done, maintaining our skin. You know what I mean? Like you do bridal and things of that nature in fashion. Like being beautiful mentally is just as important, but being beautiful on the exterior is a feat. It's a lot. So these women need to know how to be prepared, how to come prepared when they're trying to book your services. What is the budget? What's the range, Chris, when booking at Buff Nail Salon?
So I would say low end range, really you should be looking at somewhere between $30 to $50. On the higher end, probably more like $80 to $90. And it really just depends on what type of services that you require. But I would say, like, a lot of times when people say, well, nails are more expensive now, but there's a different expectation for nails than there is for makeup. I've seen a lot of things like floating around, like, well, you'll pay $120 for a bead that lasts you a couple hours and you wash it off. But then if your nail tech tells you to pay that same $120 for nails that you expect to last 2 to 3 weeks, it's a problem. So there's definitely it's not a lot of equality in the pricing for what the expectation is. And a lot of that has to do with, there's a lot of what we call non-standard salons. I think most people would probably call them chop shops, or some of the Asian salons that use substandard products. And so they can offer lower prices, but they're giving a lower quality service, and they're using a lower quality product, so they can afford to do that. When you go into my salon, I can just only for me speak for my salon, everything that you see on the station has a label on it. It's in English. You know what it is, you know what the products are, you know what's in them. A lot of times when ladies go to Asian salons or Vietnamese or non-standard salons, as the industry calls them, you don't know what they're using on you. There's not any education, there's not any expectation of the person to like even tell you what they're using, what it's for, whatever. Just kind of sit there and you accept it. So the pricing in your American-based salons, whether there's black or white, or your spas that offer nail services, they're going to be more expensive because we have a standard that we have to uphold, and we have to use professional quality products. So I would say really you should really be looking at somewhere between $40 to $100, for your initial service. And then as far as maintenance, you should be looking at somewhere between $30 to $50.
Okay. Thank you for that. And thank you for the background with the extra info, because a lot of people don't know that. You got some people who could care less, I don't care. But I appreciate the gems you just dropped on that. That is
and a lot of people say that they don't care until they come in and their nail bed is split across the middle. And I said, well, what did they use on you? And they can't tell. They can't tell you, And so then I'm expected to be able to go behind it and fix it when I don't even know what it was. So similar to your car, and I'm gonna let you pass it on. I just wanted to kind of give this information because I know this is a question that comes up a lot, where people are saying, well, why don't people, especially Black girls, work over other people's work, right? So the reason for that is, let's just say you have a car and you went someplace and got an oil change, right? And then you came to me and got an oil change, and then your car broke down. You know my name and who I am. So who are you going to come to say there's a problem with your car since the oil change? Me, right? So if I can start fresh, I know what products are used on you. I can guarantee my work. I know everything is engineered chemically to work together. If I go over someone else's work, I don't know what they use. I don't know anything. And so then the expectation is you're going to work over this and it's going to work together. But a lot of times chemicals don't work together like that, and products don't. So just some information.
Something to think about. Thank you for
that,
Chris.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We're going to head over to you, Black Owned Spa Business. And you offer a range of services. So we'll say, I know one of the most popular services, I think that Serving Faces Spa does, and I could be wrong, it could be facials, but if you could give me the breakdown, what should they budget for certain types of facial and waxes?
Okay. So typically for the waxing, it can range from starting as low as like $15, and it's something simple as like an underarm wax, lip wax. Those are very easy, and going upwards to $65 for a bazillion. And then when it comes to skincare, it gets it gets more, because it's so much more in details with the skincare. So with the skincare, it can range from starting out around 100, I will say 100 to 150, and that's not even including the products as well too. the biggest thing when it comes to like with the spots that I've seen with the skincare, a lot of people want like an overnight result. So a lot of times they've been dealing with these issues since they were teenagers, or even dark circles. That's really big as well too. You might have started developing dark circles when you were young, but hey, you come in when you're 50 and want me to correct it, and it's not that easy. So the biggest thing is investing in those products, and a lot of people don't want to invest in those products because we have millions of drugstores that have those products for $10 or $5, and they just go and kind of get that fix and thinking it's going to work, and it does not work. And so when they actually come in for a professional, they don't really want to spend that money because of bad experience with old products, or they might feel like their skin is sensitive, so they don't want to invest in those products. And so that sometimes cause a disconnect and make it where they don't really know how to budget for it because it seems like something out of their range, or maybe that they just don't believe in the products because they have tried so many products in the past.
Right. One thing that I do want to say before moving on to Sheena, and maybe it's just me, maybe I was dumb to this. I think people underestimate how much a leg wax is. I didn't expect that to be as expensive as it was, but you educated me on that because
it's a lot with leg wax.
And after you told me why, I understood more. I appreciate that you and Chris, and I'm sure Sheena's about to do the same thing. You're letting us. You're not just saying this is my price and that's that. You're explaining to us, you're educating us on why it is this way, the benefit of, you know what I mean? Like this is.
And I'm really big on that too. Like every time like a client comes in, I let them know like, hey, I'm not here just to perform a facial on you and you just go home and you don't know how to take care of your skin. I talk their head out to the point I be like, you might need to pull out your phone and take some notes because I want you to come back and be like, hey, she knows what she's talking about. She gave me some good tips. I just don't want, like Miss Chris was saying, like, a lot of times people use products and they come in like, oh, this last esthetician used this product on me and it broke my skin out. And I'm like, okay, so what did she use? Oh, I don't know. So I'm making my point. I might talk a little bit too much. It just depends on the person, but I'm going to say, hey, I'm putting a coconut enzyme on you. The coconut enzyme is going to moisturize your skin. This is the ingredients in there. So if something comes back in it or if they're allergic to it, I could say, hey, I know that I let them know, or they let me know that they're allergic to a certain product. But it's really big. I'm really, really big on educating clients because I learned so much. I don't want to hold it in for myself. And I know that skin is one of the things that people don't really care about unless you have like really bad acne or just some skin concerns that you want to address. But other than that, people don't really care too much about their skin unless they have bumps on their skin. Acne or blemishes.
It just goes back to when you think about raising your children. We can tell our kids all day, don't do this, don't do this, don't do X, Y, and Z, but it's not registering. Let me not make that mistake again because they don't understand why not to make that mistake. So that's my correlation when it comes to things like that. Just think about it as rearing a child. Like for me in my household, whenever I tell my child not to do something, yeah, you're going to listen to me because I run this house, but you're also going to listen and understand this is why.
Yeah.
Do that. So I appreciate that, lady. Sheena, so moving on to you. You know, one day I presume I will be married. So I am coming to you for a full bridal service. I'm talking hair and makeup, the works. What do I need to budget for that?
Okay, so when it comes to bridal, the budget for that, it needs to be first of all, you need to think overall. What's most important to you when you're budgeting fully for your entire wedding? And then when it comes to hair and makeup services, that is always going to be, I think, top priority because you're going to be taking pictures and you want to look good. So when it comes to budgeting for that, I think that it all really boils down to you get what you pay for. A lot of cases, I think that people go with some people decide to go high end because they think they're going to get, better quality products or better services from certain type of service providers, or, low end because it's cheap. What I just want to say is it depends on what you prefer. I typically feel like for me, I stay in the middle for need to be accessible. And I work with you when it comes to that. 9 times out of 10 for me, it's better to do a consultation to provide, you with a better outlook on what I can provide you. So if you come to me for a consultation, it's just $100 flat fee for, one service, rather that's hair or makeup. And then we will discuss all of those things. So when doing so, it would just be us coming up with a actual package for you, and it's customized just for your needs. So if it's something you need to, let's just say, break down into payments, I'm able to help you with that. So I do payment plans for brides who are on a budget, who don't have it, for them to just say, this is it. You know what I mean? So I work with my brides when it comes to weddings. I'm not sure about everybody else, but when it comes to that, I try to make sure that I'm not pretty much hitting everyone over the head when it comes to prices. I work with them.
So it's almost like a sliding scale. Like, let me see, like I want to make this as beautiful a day as possible. So we'll talk about budget and then go from there, and I'll tell you what I can do with your budget. I like that. I like that. So another question, ladies, and I'm gonna let whoever jump in on this. Everybody doesn't have to answer. When it comes to the beauty services that you all offer, are there any of the services that you would recommend not be done at home? I automatically think nails, but I'm not. I'm definitely not equipped to do my own nails. That's with or without acrylic or SNS or whatever it is that they do. But what services do you not recommend that these people try at home?
Oh, can I just say mine real quick?
Go ahead.
I'll just say for you guys, don't cut your hair, clip your ends, relaxers, or color at home. Those chemicals you don't want to play with. Sometimes I've had people come in with color from the color box, and it's so messed up that the color that they had, it affects the colors that I'm using as far as my professional products, mixing to kind of get the color that they really want to achieve. And sometimes they can just overprocess their hair. So color, chemicals, relaxers, you may overprocess it, not knowing how many inches away from the scalp it's supposed to be, and you relaxing the whole thing from root to ends and not even needing a virgin relaxer. And then cutting, you may cut your hair too short, and it just be all over the place, and then it's needing to be fixed. So instead of having to go to the salon and pay more money, wasting time, just go to a professional is what I would say when it comes to that.
If I can answer that. So you were saying acrylic or SNS. So that's one of the things like that happens a lot. They're the same.
Okay.
They're the same. So I don't suggest you do it at home, because a lot of the products, like say like on Amazon or what have you, they're not regulated. And so you don't know what you're using. You're buying products like, okay, well, this says, Pretty Little Things or whatever. I want to get this look at home. There are certain things, I think, like if you want to do services at home, let's stick to some natural manicures. Let's make some scrubs. Let's exfoliate. Let's moisturize. Let's keep them trimmed, keep them really nice. And that's what I would suggest that most people do. I know like during COVID, a lot of people, or during the shutdown rather, I should say, a lot of people were buying products and, doing it at home. And I think that that's a very noble effort. But then, when they came back after we reopened, like, I don't know what I was using. I don't know. I just needed something. And it really like kind of drove home to me like the correlation, and like when people feel good or they look good, they feel good and feel better about themselves. Like so many people were devastated about not being able to get their nails done during that time. So definitely don't try any chemical services at all. I mean, I'm a licensed nail tech and esthetician. Just don't try any chemical services at home. We went to school for a long time and we study a lot to make sure that we're using the right products on clients and with clients, that, just because it says online that it's safe, it's not, it's not always, I should just say. So I would just say stick to your natural, manicures, your pedicures, traditional polish, that kind of thing.
And Chris, you walked us right into our next question. I'm gonna kind of wrap it up. You went. I appreciate that though. It flows the transition. I was gonna say, what are some of the practical things people can do at home, or just more practical in general when it comes to your services? Like you said, the home spa, the petties, and things like that, without the chemical products. And Eb, I know that you're always saying how there are certain regimens and things. Can you give us those practical ways?
Yes, and I'm gonna go back to the last one right quick. But I would say Brazilian waxing would be one that I don't suggest trying at home. A lot of people have tried it, and I have heard so many horror stories, like they don't even want to pull it off. Okay, you hear? And then chemical peels is also as well, because I know you can get some chemical peels off of Amazon as well. Do not try that. I don't care. And then extractions as well too, because a lot of times we just have to get that pimple, and then it ends up damaging your skin, and then you come in with dark spots that's very hard to correct, and then it just leads to more damaging. What you can do at home is develop a good skincare regimen, and that's just basically making sure that you're cleansing your face on morning and night. Exfoliating is going to be key as well to helping making sure that your pores is not clogged and blemish free, as well as a good mask. You can always do a good mask at home as well. But I would say definitely just making sure that you have a good regimen at home, as well as for your Brazilian, making sure that you exfoliate in between your waxings as well. That's something that you can do at home as well.
I will champion that with the testimony. You are correct. I noticed that when I exfoliate before my waxes, the hair comes off a lot easier. It's less, I'm still gonna jump.
How we know?
but it's less of a jump. You know what I mean? Like it comes off a lot more, a lot easier. So that is great tips. Sheena, what do you think are some practical things that people can do when they can't make it to you?
When it comes to hair, if you're natural, I think that some natural twist outs, if you're able to do twist, you can I mean, like, I guess when it comes to just kind of protecting your hair, shampoos and conditioners that you use at home that are recommended by your stylist, try to, get the information on what it is that you can use at home, and then follow the steps. So typically, like leaving my salon, I will give my clients like a little to do if they, especially getting chemicals, or if they're not a every 2 week client. During COVID, I kind of did some in-person live chats with a few of my clients, and kind of talked them through a few steps on how to do their hair at home. So like giving them how-tos is a little extra that I do. But outside of like I said, outside of cutting or doing chemicals, like if you find the Love Me hair wigs, they have been a hit, where you got the headband wigs. If you know how to braid and do some things like that, that's something that you can always just take care of.
I won't talk about my experience with them, but continue.
Oh, okay. But I was going to say, you can always just wash and braid underneath. I always recommend that you braid your hair underneath any wigs versus just throwing the hair on top of your hair. A lot of people think that it's okay to just pull their hair back in a ponytail and then put a wig on. No, because a lot of times the hair will get matted. If you sweat, it gets matted, it will tangle, and then it's hard to detangle hair like that. And I mean, I think that's about it for as much as I could give with doing a lot at home. It's mainly just trying to make sure that the things that you're using are either natural hair products, or if they're professional products, just make sure with your stylist that they're something you can use at home.
Absolutely. Well, I know we talked for forever, and I don't want to hold up this process, but I do want to make sure that everybody that is tuned in, if they don't already know, because all three of you are very, not to say that this is a popularity contest, but you are very known here in Charlotte and surrounding. But if they don't know how to get in touch with you and subscribe to your upcoming courses that you all have, that you're teaching and things like that, really quick, we're going to give it the rundown. Eb, I'm going to start with you. Let them know where they can contact you and where they can book you. So let's go.
All right. So yes. So you can follow me at serving_faces_spa. And my website is what is it? Servingfacescharlotte.com. And you can book your appointments there, as well as I do have a retail store where I sell skincare products as well as pre and post wax products as well, and a lot of other stuff I sell. But yeah, so servingfacescharlotte.com and serving_faces_spa.
Thank you, Ev.
You're welcome.
Chris?
I can be found on all platforms at Buff Salon as well as Buff Beauty Academy. As far as booking with me, you can, if you want to become a student or you know someone who wants to become a student, they can definitely go to our website, which is buffbeautyacademy.com. Or if you want to book with myself, which I have very limited availability in the salon, but I have 3 other great technicians that are available. You could just go to Buff Salon and book with us. And we're looking forward to seeing all of the living luxurious ladies and gents.
I love it. I love it. Yes, ma'am. Wonderful nail services. I just want to put that out there. But go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you.
Where can they find you? And then Eve's gonna take it back over.
Okay, I'm over here still looking at Buff Salon like, okay, I want to get in too. It's been years of me seeing her online trying to get in. But you guys, you can find me on Instagram under SheenaandCo.beauty. That's my personal page. As well as my salon page. It's Star Studio CLT on Instagram. My website is under SheenaandCo.com, which you can book weddings on there, or events when I do the makeup and mimosa classes or any further events to come. You will be able to go to the website and find anything that's going on with me there. However, when it comes to booking me for personal appointments at this moment, I'm not taking any new clients, but if you are a bride, I am welcoming all brides, or even grooms, if you're a groom. So if you're interested in, coming over to get a good consultation, you can find that on my website, SheenaandCo.com. And I thank you all again for having me.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, E, chime on back in, honey. Your mic, babe.
Lo siento. So I wanted to do one last toast. I wasn't feeling luxurious enough, so I had to add some details to my background. I wanted to do one last toast. I appreciate you, ladies. I know everyone is busy, so thank you for taking the time out. Wishing you much success in your businesses. And that's good. If you ladies ever want to link up and do something beauty-wise, I know the 3 of you, so let's stay in touch. And you all get in touch with each other.
Okay, thanks for having me.
All right, see y'all. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
All righty.
Those were bomb beauties.
Weren't they?
The fact that I've touched hands with each one of them, that's just, that makes it even just like a greater,
There we go.
more personal. And, one question I wish I had asked.
What was
How
that?
do you, as boss women, make sure that you insert time for your own personal beauty? That's a big deal.
That's a good question. Let me see if anyone's still backstage. Sheena's backstage. Sheena, do you want to answer a question really quickly?
Tell her come on back in.
Yeah, let me see.
Let me make sure I don't. Hey, am I? Oh, yeah, I'm not on mute.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Question.
It kind of fled my mind to even ask this, but as a beauty boss professional, how do you make time to insert beauty for you? I know that you do a lot of things on your own already, but how do you make sure, let me go get my nails and my feet done, let me go get my wax, let me go get my facial? I know you do your own makeup and you do a wonderful job, mind you.
Thank you.
Hair, braiding, and other various styles. But how do you get that other stuff? How do you get time for a massage? How do you make your time?
So that's a real good question, Angie, for real. And to be honest, like I used to have monthly appointments for my massage. My masseuse is always on me because I don't put that time in enough. And I do be having back issues all the time. I'm so tall, y'all know that. So at the end of the day, I am like, ooh, my lower back or my shoulders a lot is giving me tension. But one of the things that I realized, like I was doing this prior to COVID when it came down to me making sure that my monthly, this is me being luxurious though, y'all. I just, it's something about making sure I put that time in to get a break away from my everyday life. So I made it a necessity. I made a priority to make sure that I put it on my calendar no matter how busy I am. So it took me having to be comfortable with saying no whenever it came down to, even when clients are trying to book. Like I hate to tell a client I don't have the time or I can't get them in, especially if it's open. But I had to find that good space in my heart to feel the need to do for me, and a lot of times as a professional, someone like me who always on the go, always going and doing for other people, we tend to put ourselves last. So what I like to tell people now, since COVID, I'm very big on self-care. So I'm a self-care advocate is what I'm calling myself now. And it's basically when you follow Sheena & Co Beauty is I'm giving you all the things that looks luxury or luxurious. And I'm showing you the places that I go, the things that I do outside of my regular days. And it's giving women the opportunity to go and enjoy those things when they can, but understanding that in the midst of me doing all the rest of the stuff, I take time out of my day to make sure that I put it on my schedule. Now, I'm going to say this. It is not easy for me to get into the books with nobody else. So like when it came down to my hair and my nails, all this is recent. You might find that on my IG if you go check it out. But I just recently did this, and you want to know what happened with booking this appointment? I was shocked as heck for the girl that I booked to be a celebrity stylist, and she had availability. And I was just like, okay, nothing but God. So then my nails, I had booked that in advance. So it's a lot of pre-planning for me that I have to do. And it's all about being able to make sure that you put that time in. So that's what I do personally. I'm a stickler about just making sure that everything is in order in my home and in my workplace. So that's just me. But I am all over the place when it comes down to being busy. So y'all, it's not easy, but I do it. So it's a must.
And you do it well.
Thank you, love.
Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you. I appreciate you too, Angie. I'm going to send you both backstage as I introduce our next speaker. See you later. All righty. So that was how to maintain luxurious hair, skin, and nails. If you aren't following those lovely ladies, please follow them. Next up, we have how to develop a luxurious mindset with my favorite therapist, your favorite therapist, our favorite therapist, Miss Mia Garrett. She is the owner of Village Therapy, and I'm so excited to have her on today.
Hey. Oops. Am I muted? You can hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Hi.
I'm sorry. I always forget the life part. That's the most important part.
Village Life Therapy. Yes.
Well, welcome. Thank you so much for coming tonight. For those who didn't catch Mia and I's last chat, we talked about change and how your body processes, or excuse me, how your mind processes change when you're trying to develop new habits and just the cycles that you go through. It was really good. So if you didn't see it, check out the Bodies in Motion Wellness YouTube page, and it's up there.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that conversation.
Me too. Well, welcome. Would you like to share a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Sure. So I'm Mia. Hey guys. I am a licensed clinical social worker. I have been practicing for almost 10 years now. Woo, yes. Exciting. Wow. I am a mother of 3 beautiful boys, 15, 6, and 4. One of them might bust in here at any moment, which is life. I am the wife of a lovely husband. I was really excited to do this talk because I think that a lot of times as women, as we start to, engage luxury and level up and meet our goals, that a lot of times we run into issues with not only mindset, but emotional health, and making sure that we are doing the things that we need to do in order to keep our emotional health upkept. And so I'm really excited to have this conversation. Can't think of anything else about me, but ready.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for coming. I always feel so much better after you and I have a conversation.
Oh, it's my magic touch.
Yes, absolutely. I just want to open with, what does living luxurious mean to you? And then you can dive into what you have for us this evening.
So, what living luxurious means to me is definitely a way to align ourselves with the way that we want to feel, right? So, a lot of times I have a lot of, if you're into astrology, I've got a lot of Taurus energy, and that means that I really, really like nice things, like nice material things. And so sometimes that can get in the way of me aligning with how I want to feel, reminding myself that first I need to choose how I want to feel, and then I need to line up with it. So when I think about luxury, I think about emotions like peace, awe, fascination, joy, serenity, trust, connection. Oh, yes, connection feels so good when I think about luxury. Connected to the people that I love, connected to the special things that I want for my life, connected in career. So yeah, that's luxury for me, for sure.
My favorite was peace.
Yes, peace.
Is the epitome of luxury. I'm not worried about how my bills are getting paid. I'm not worried about my safety. I'm not worried about anything. I am at peace.
Yeah.
That is luxury. That's the epitome of luxury for me.
Yes, exactly. Me too.
Nice. So I am going to hand the stage over to you.
Oh, I thought there were questions. I thought we were having a conversation.
I can ask you the questions. Last time you just kind of did your thing. So sure, I can ask questions.
Yeah.
Dialogue. Absolutely. Perfect. Absolutely. So what does it mean to have a luxurious mindset?
So as I was preparing for this, right, I was really thinking about like, what is a luxurious mindset, right? Because whenever I think of luxury, again, it's always, we can easily make that materialistic and physical, right? But honestly, a luxurious mindset for me is about protecting the experiences, the emotions, the memories, the thought process that I decide to have, right? So as a young woman of 36 years old, I have had a lot of experiences where I don't want to go there anymore, right? There are certain thoughts, there are certain emotions, there are certain people even that I just don't want to go there. And so living and having a luxurious mindset means that there are boundaries and protection around the way that I want to feel and the things that I want to experience. Boom, just like that.
I love that. There are some places that I don't want to go back to. Nope. There are some versions of myself that I no longer want to be.
Exactly.
Ooh, Jesus, just to be transparent, a version of myself that I no longer want to be is petty. I don't like being petty.
Yes, petty.
Feel good. It used to be fun and feel good.
Yeah.
But now that I'm an adult and I'm processing, okay, a lot of people were petty to me in middle school, in high school. I didn't like how it made me feel. So why would I do that to someone else?
Exactly.
So this new luxurious version of me.
Exactly.
I don't want to go back there. So when someone wrongs me, or I feel like I have some sort of anger or emotions towards them, I get like, Lord, You know what?
Take
I want
it.
petty no more, Jesus.
Take it, Lord.
Thank
I
you.
love that you mentioned petty. For me, it's gossip.
Mhm.
Because gossip, I have found that when I am in the presence of gossip, that I have this piece of me, middle school Mia, that wants to participate in it, but there's another piece of me that feels less trusting, right? I have this experience these days when people start to talk about someone else in a way that I know they're sharing information that they weren't supposed to share. It reminds me that, what happens when I share information with people? Are they taking that into other spaces and mulling around their opinions and making their judgments about that? And that does not feel safe at all. It does not feel luxurious. It does not feel abundance. It actually feels quite scarce. And I'm trying to align myself with abundance in many different facets of my life. And to gossip about another person's journey, to judge their journey at all, somehow means that I've got answers that I don't, right? Especially for somebody else's journey. So I like that you mentioned petty. Gossip is definitely mine.
Judgment is a big one.
Judgment. Yeah, for sure.
Right to judge anyone. And
Yeah.
like that you said, it's aligned with scarcity.
Yes.
If you're judging someone for the way that they achieve something or the way that they do something, that means you feel like there's no more left for you.
Yes.
So you have to judge the way that they're doing it. And you're right. I no longer want to align with things that represent scarcity. Including that not enoughness, right? Feeling like I'm not enough for something. That's a scarcity mindset. And I am enough. I'm more than enough. That's an abundance mindset. So I love that. This luxurious mindset is not petty. This luxurious mindset, it does not gossip.
It doesn't judge.
Mindset doesn't judge.
Exactly.
And when you don't do those things, you have what?
Abundance.
You have abundance. Yes, you have abundance. You also have peace.
Peace. Yes.
What you said was a trait of a luxury.
Exactly. It's peace. Because I want inner luxury. I want my inner well and that abundance that I feel all the time, and having like an open heart. I want that to attract to me all of those things that make me feel special and make me light up, make me feel like I can have anything that I want. Like there's no limitations. Like I love connecting with that energy, because that energy produces all the desires of my heart manifested into reality. That's my joy.
Yes, joy. Another characteristic of abundance.
Yes, and a luxurious mind. Yes,
joy. Absolutely. So as we level up and as we journey to this person of who's not petty and not judging, because all of us have been there before during different phases of our life. Yeah. So as we're journeying from being petty Erica and petty Mia, to being not petty, whatever the opposite of petty is, unpetty.
Yes. Compassionate. Yes, understand it.
Our emotions are going to do some things, because there's an internal battle between who we were and who we're becoming.
Yes.
As we're leveling up, how do we handle these emotions?
Yeah, that is such a great question. So first, let's talk about petty me and petty Erica, right? Because they have personalities, and they have experiences, and they also have gravity. Even if we were 12, this part of ourselves still lives and breathes within us, still asks for certain behaviors to show up, still asks to attract certain people into your life that will engage in that behavior with you. And because that part of you has such gravity, I want us to be very aware and accepting that we're going to be pulled back into those behaviors. It's so natural that after we've made the decision to make a change, that we understand that this old behavior is patterned. It's the things that we've been doing for X number of years, 15 years, 12 years, 20 years, 40 years. And now all of a sudden we're saying that we want to change, we want a different experience. And so that's number one, is like, remember that these behaviors will naturally come back into your awareness. Also, there's a little process that I like to do with how I process emotion, because once you stop the behavior, then you're just left with whatever the emotion is that drove that behavior in the first place. And if we're talking about pettiness or gossip or any of those maladaptive behaviors, and when I say maladaptive, I mean that you are trying to adapt to what's happening in front of you, and you choose a behavior that doesn't serve you. And so when you're reaching for one of those maladaptive behaviors, you're doing that because there's something that you can't cope with. Usually that's an emotion, right? And so when we don't do the maladaptive behavior, we are left over with the emotion. And so I would love to offer a way to process this emotion so that we don't have to reach for maladaptive behaviors, right? So the first thing we're going to do is become aware. We become aware of the emotion. Let's call it jealousy.
Okay, well then let's make it a scenario, because I want everything we're learning to be relatable. So let's say I was dating someone who I'm no longer dating.
Yes.
They're with another woman.
Yes.
They seem to be doing everything perfectly in their relationship. And she's posting about it, and I'm seeing it, and it's making me feel that emotion, which is jealousy. And
so I'm feeling jealous because I'm literally looking at my man with this other woman, right? So first I have to name it. And usually we don't want to name it what it is, because we're not only embarrassed, but I think there's also shame attached to an emotion like jealousy, right? We shouldn't be jealous. We don't want him anymore. We're over this relationship. She got my leftovers. All of this dialogue that's going on inside of our mind, that is also, that train of thought that we get on is also an internal maladaptive behavior to distract ourselves from the truth, which is that we feel jealous. Why didn't he do those things for me? Why didn't he show up for me in that way? I was asking him to do all those things. What happened? So jealousy is the first emotion that comes up. But if we really give ourselves a moment and allow ourselves to sit with that jealousy for just a second, there's probably another emotion underneath, which is sadness, regret, loss, grief. Don't we grieve relationships? Yes, we do. And so naming it is a really, really good first step, because once you say that you're jealous, then immediately it makes space for sadness, grief, and disappointment, and all the other feelings that come with a breakup and seeing the man that you once loved or the person that you once loved with another woman, right? So be real with yourself and name it. The next thing I want you to do is move it. So we've named it. Now we're going to move it, which means emotions. The nature of emotion is physical. It is a physical process that happens in our body. And so we believe that feelings are actually thoughts, because we have all this stuff going on in our mind about what's happening in front of us, that we don't quiet the mind and listen to the body and what's happening here. And there's so much information that happens in the body. And so once you name it, I just want you to breathe. That's how you move it. You just breathe. You just as many times as you need to, as often as you need to, especially if you're active, if you've named your emotion, then it's activated, it's living inside of you. Maybe you feel it in your chest, in your heart space. Maybe you feel it in your throat because you're about to tear up and cry. Maybe you feel pressure in your head because you didn't listen. What'd you say? Because you stressed out, yes. And because you didn't listen to your inner wisdom when you were in the relationship and you let things go on that you're not proud of. Maybe you even feel it down in your womb because you let this person have a part of you that you don't really feel like you should have shared with him. And so you start cramping a little bit, or you start feeling nauseous because you didn't listen to your intuition that told you this relationship might not be for you. You spent an extra 5 years in a place where you knew that this was over in year 2. And so when those things are activated, they can be really disruptive. It can be hard to just sit with that, which is why maladaptive behavior. Girl, I just saw Jamal on the gram and he was with this, all of that. That is how we distract ourselves from our physical experience of emotions.
And so since we're moving from that, from the maladaptive behavior, new word,
vocabulary.
We're not gossiping anymore, right?
Nope,
so what should we do once we see the trigger, which was the Instagram post, we felt the jealousy.
Yep.
We found it in our body. It's causing our head to hurt.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Instead of calling you to do what we do.
Talk about it.
What do I do?
Something that I like to call movement meditation, right? Because we have to, since it's physical, we're moving the energy through our body. We're giving it space. We're getting out of our head and into the present moment. So movement meditation looks like, let me put on some music and fold these clothes that have been sitting next to my bed for 3 days. Let me throw on some music and sweep my floor. Let me take a walk around my neighborhood. Let me just sit on my front porch in nature and listen to the birds and look at the trees and be with these emotions, right? Movement meditation is anything that you do that keeps you in the present moment and allows you to be with the emotions, be uncomfortable, hurt, feel it. It's okay. You're going to survive. It's not going to kill you. What'd you say?
It's okay to feel your feelings.
It's okay to feel your feelings. It's okay to feel your feelings. And sometimes they're very uncomfortable. And sometimes we are very accustomed to shoving those feelings in places where we can't feel them. But that creates disease and discomfort in a way that shows up at really bad times, like when you're at work or your child's school or in a new relationship. That stuff doesn't go away. It just gets activated times however many times you've shoved it down. So if you shove down anger 12 times, you get 12 times the anger when that particular situation is triggered again by someone who ain't got nothing to do with that, right?
So I want to make a quick point. That's why, ladies, sometimes we feel uncomfortable in luxury because those other emotions that we've shoved down pop out while we're in a luxurious space or a luxurious environment. So when you think about, let's say we're at a nice hotel and something goes wrong with the reservation, but they're like, oh, we're going to work to take care of it. That anger that you've been suppressing from Jamal pops out on the hotel director who's trying to remedy the situation. And you're like, no, as much as I pay for this hotel room,
exactly.
With this, then it's like, can't take Black people nowhere. When it turns into something else, it's not, right? And so we want to learn how to manage those emotions. And so something that I do, when I feel something like jealousy, I use the word of God on it. Like, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. So whatever's going on over there has nothing to do with me. I'm wonderfully made, right? God knows the plans that He has for me, plans to prosper me, not to harm me. So whatever over there has nothing to do with me. And like you said, movement, y'all know Bodies in Motion started strictly dance classes. That's how I get out my emotions. I dance. Whether it is a sensual dance on the floor or just standing here by myself, because y'all know I've been off my foot, so I got to sit in a chair and move.
Come on, chair move.
To do to move those emotions, let's do it. Use it as fuel to make your life better. So you're not worried about what Jamal and his new boo doing, right?
Exactly.
Because your house clean, your hair done, your nails done, because that's what you're spending your energy doing. You're not spending your energy gossiping about Jamal and crying, because we've already moved past that.
Exactly.
And that's a luxurious mindset.
And that's a luxurious mindset. And that is luxurious behavior. Okay. When you can process your emotions and you can show up in your queenliness, that is luxurious behavior. A queen is unmoved on the surface.
A
She's
queen
unmoved.
is unmoved.
She's
That's
unmoved.
right.
Okay. She is
Yes.
unmoved.
So this is great. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say this is a great place to transition because we do have a queen, the queen, Mia the boss, that is backstage waiting to join us, who's going to talk to us about normalizing luxury for Black women. And I'm so excited to speak to her. But before we transition to her, let everyone know how they can get in touch with you. How can they work with you? Give us all the details.
Yes. So the best way to reach me right now is through Instagram. I have not posted in almost a year because I've taken a break, a 1 week break that turned into an almost year-long break. But through Instagram, if you click the link in my bio, you can sign up for my email list. Every week, I send out an article about mental wellness that includes journal prompts, skills for mental wellness like movement meditation. And I'm always speaking about different concepts that we all run into on our daily navigation of life. And so if you'd like to add some tools to your toolbox for mental wellness, or even just think through concepts for mental wellness or ideas that we run into every day, join the village. Come on to the email list.
Yay. Thank you so much, my love. I love you. I am thankful
you.
for our friendship for how many years? Like, I don't know, 7 at this point, 6 or 7. So
let's call it life.
Let's call it life. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate you. So we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, ladies, thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. We have finally made it to our keynote speaker, the boss herself, Miss Mia Taylor. Hey,
hi,
gorgeous.
everyone. Happy Thursday. I'm so happy to be here to talk to you all.
Yay, let's get into the face. Listen, you are luxury embodied, and I am so grateful.
Thank you.
Yes, so we've started the conversations with, what is your idea of living luxurious?
Yeah, I mean, a common misconception, a lot of people feel like luxury has to do with monetary or with currency. To me, luxury is being able to have options and peace of mind, but also too, it is, somewhat having to do with a little bit of money, because if you have time and money to do some of the things you would otherwise be able to do. But most importantly, luxury is about being able to have happiness and fulfillment in all aspects of your life, whether it's physical, financial is important to me, emotional, spiritual, mental, because mental health is such an important thing. And to me, most importantly, it's like being able to streamline my hectic schedule to engage in activities that I enjoy, or really just to indulge into self-care.
Yes, I love it. So having the freedom to do what you want, like that is a luxury, right? So tell us, what is the most luxurious place you've ever visited?
It's so crazy. I got a passport in 2018, but I never really went anywhere. I went to Mexico, Puerto Rico. I think Tulum is cool, but I think probably the most luxurious place I ever went to, actually. Sometimes I have staycations, and I've done one in Atlanta. The St. Regis Hotel is really one of my favorite places to go, because it has a lot of restaurants kind of surrounding it too. But just to be able to get away from home and to take to have a little piece of just sereneness and just time to myself at another place that's, here in the city, just to have, 5-star accommodations, and just to have that level of customer service, and just knowing that someone's waiting on you in the room and the relaxation. It was just great. It was great. So I recommend everyone just at least try to have a staycation at least once in their life.
Yes. So I love luxury 5-star hotels. I love the customer service. I'm very stickler for customer service. Yeah, it needs to look nice, but customer service is everything, right?
Oh, yeah.
And, sometimes we can't afford that level of customer service, whether it's, you know, a certain time of the year or whatever's going on. Sometimes we can't afford it. So what are some ways that we can live luxurious in everyday life?
Oh yeah, for sure. So things that I like to do that is really being able to kind of just live luxurious on a daily basis. I've really gotten into just overall wellness. You know, I've been on a weight loss journey, but it's just more so not really like a weight loss journey, but just an overall health, wellness, just a well-being, you know, just that point where you just kind of, you know, want to level up your life. You're like, okay, great. Let me do it on all levels. So the level that I've been focusing on is health. So like in the morning, I've just been making it a habit to go to the gym at least 3 to 4 times a week. But before I go to the gym, but even something I do in the morning that I have noticed that is just helping me overall just live better is I purchased the yoga mat on Amazon, and I got it at first because I wanted to take it to the gym because, you know, germs, COVID, I want to be sure people's yoga mat at the gym. And I didn't know anything about yoga or really, you know, about the benefits of stretching besides, you know, just stretching to go work out. But I went on YouTube and there was just so many people that talk about like, you know, daily stretches and meditation. So I do that every morning now. So whenever I wake up, I just roll my little pink mat out right here in my living room and I just do my stretches. And then I play like this nice, relaxing spa yoga music. And I just, you know, just meditate. Like the first thing, you know, you want to do in the morning just to release, you know, all the stress and just to prep yourself for the day is just to stretch. And then you just realize like how much more it gets you energized, it gets your day going. And then you feel really, really, really good as well.
Yes, absolutely. I love stretching. Y'all know in my classes, like we would start with the stretch, we would end with the stretch because, excuse me, sometimes we don't realize the tension that we're carrying in our neck or in our shoulders, in our back. So when you just loosen your body and relax your body, stretch it out, you can walk a little better during the day.
Yeah,
you know,
there's so many things that we think of that is just kind of like just incorporating a piece of luxury into your daily life. Like, I mean, for me, of course, stretching, I do a nightly skincare routine. I bought like a little, what do you call it? Like a steamer off of Amazon because I'm like, okay, I can't afford to go to the spa every week. So let me take that piece of the spa and bring it to my home. Like every week I do like this little self-care day where I give myself a facial. I do like some dermaplaning, give myself a mask, you know, shave, exfoliate. So I just want to kind of incorporate that just to make myself, you know, feel good. Because ultimately, if you're feeling good physically, it sparks, you know, just your inner peace, your happiness. And then things like, you know, every week I like to go buy fresh flowers just to make my, you know, just have that nice garden smell in my apartment, just to kind of give, you know, that hotel feel. Taking a bath, those are all small things that you can do just to make yourself feel luxurious because you know, luxury is hand in hand with happiness and fulfillment. So those are things that make me happy. I'm just like, oh, you know, feel like I'm at the spa, or I feel like I'm in a nice hotel. So, but I'm just at home.
Yes. So we know that you are an influencer, you're a business owner. Yes. How do you find time to do all of those things and also treat yourself and take care of yourself, have that self-care time? How do you balance it all?
Oh, goodness. Yes. So definitely like when I kind of really 100% became my own boss about 3 years ago, you think that, okay, I'm working for myself. This is going to be easy peasy. But it's just like when you're your own boss, you have to be diligent and just real strategic and focused to make your own schedule. So besides, you know, the things that I do on a day-to-day basis, I just have to really just kind of tell myself like, all right, you're going to set aside X amount of time to work, you know, to go work out, to feed yourself. But then besides that, you know, you need time for yourself, because that was one of the main reasons why I left the workplace, because I was having a horrible work-life balance. And, you know, the things that we see on social media now is that with COVID, you know, jobs really don't really care about us. And that was the one thing that I had to learn. And I was just like, you know, I'm in my 30s. I want to learn to put myself first when no one else has my best interests, you know, at heart. But most importantly is budgeting. The thing that I learned how to do that was like one of my number one goals was to really educate myself about credit. So last year, right before around, the time the pandemic started. I wasn't like in the best like financial place. I mean, I was, but to me, when I don't have a certain amount of money, I'm like, no, I'm broke. I'm broke. I can't do the things that I want to do. So I was like, credit is power. You can't do anything without having good credit. So I educated myself about credit by joining this group on Facebook, and I will share it with you guys later. But that was the one thing that I'm just so thankful for, because it allowed me to do a lot more things now. Like I was able to buy like one of my dream cars back a few months ago, and just being able to do a whole lot more things. So budgeting is key. I feel like living outside of your means, that is the opposite. That's totally, the opposite of luxury. I mean, the point is not to go over your budget, but rather, invest in items that you need, and the things also too that are not going to be able to change quickly. Like I believe also too, like, in sustainable fashion, which is like consignment, buying quality clothing pieces, buying quality furniture, not things, too trendy, too cheap that you're going to have to constantly replace.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a great tip. I also love what you said about living within your means. Some people think if you want to live luxurious, that you have to buy this $400,000 house and, these cars are so expensive, but you have to find what luxury means to you and live within your means. I love that. Thank you so much for that tip.
It's a takeaway.
Why do we as Black women feel like we don't deserve luxury?
I absolutely love this question. And I find that this is like a hot topic that's always, on Instagram. It's on, it's on TikTok. It's on Twitter. There's even like Instagram pages called like Black Women in Luxury and things like that. But I just always feel like society feels the need to humble Black women when she maintains a luxury lifestyle, or if she just simply showcases, just something that she like an accomplishment. Sis gets a new car, she gets a new bag, she takes an exotic trip, or maybe she just enjoys fine dining frequently. People just feel the need to say like, why are you doing that? Or, oh, that must cost a lot. And I feel like people always, it comes from a place of like, maybe, well, not even maybe, but inner miserable, or people who feel like, why her and not me? And I hate that Black women have to have that mindset, because it's like, instead of bashing someone or assuming something about someone, you could just say, hey, ask questions, more of kind of like, help me, like, how did you do that? Or, where did you get that from? And then also too, and the other part of that is that Black women sometimes feel ashamed or even or they have to downplay having, such a lifestyle. It's like, why do you feel like, okay, if I work hard, that I can't share this with my platform or share this with my friends or share this with my family because of societal pressures? And that's just one of the topics where I feel like, just, how we're talking about it should be normalized. No one should feel any less of themselves, where if you work hard to afford something and you can't afford it and you want to treat yourself to something, or if that's just clearly your lifestyle, God has allotted you, those talents to even obtain those things. So there's no need, to be ashamed of that. And I know there's like a quote that I keep seeing on Instagram, and it's so good. It's just like, maybe that person isn't hating. Maybe you're just mad. I'm just like, yeah, like just because somebody posts something, it doesn't mean that they're trying to brag or show off. You don't know what it took for that person to get to that point, whether it's getting a degree or finally being able to take that vacation to Paris, or maybe it's the Fendi bag that she finally wanted to purchase. It's just like, people should let people be happy with whatever those things are. And they get materialistic confused with luxury. Those two things are not synonymous at all.
Oh, yes. Repeat that for the people in the back.
Luxury and materialistic is not synonymous. Those are totally two different things. And those are things I think that people have to learn how to separate those two things.
Yes, absolutely. And I appreciate you for bringing that up. Another thing that I do see is Black women feeling like there's a sense of competition between us, but it isn't. And that's like the main reason I wanted to do this event, is to show, no, I can share what I'm doing. You can share what you're doing. What I'm doing may not work for you, or it may. But as long as we're sharing that information with each other from an honest place, we can all grow. There's room for all of us at the top.
Exactly.
And some people don't want to go to the top. Like they just want to be comfortable, right? They don't want to be the leader or the number one spot in that category or whatever. Like not everyone wants to be number one. If you're, the saying, what was it? If you're not first, you're last. No, there's a second, third, fourth, or actually there's just a group of us. We don't have to be categorized. We don't have to be in a certain. I don't like competition. Collaboration over competition any day.
For sure. Yeah. And I just feel like any woman who is really about her business and they don't see anything, as competition. I just feel like in every genre of industry, there are so many things. Just like, we just saw how Rihanna, how she became a billionaire last week through, all of her ventures. But it's just like if Rihanna would have had that mindset, like, oh my gosh, Kylie Jenner and Kim Kardashian have their makeup lines, there's not going to be any room for me. So people have that type of mindset, but you have to think when you find your niche, people are going to love you for who you are, and they're going to, they're always going to support you. So it's not even about like, oh, there's 4 other people out here selling makeup, 4 people doing hair. It's what you bring to the table. It's you. It's, your brand is what's going to sell you.
Absolutely. Well said. So I want to ask one last question. How can we as Black women redefine luxury for ourselves instead of conforming to the traditional standards of luxury? Like, what are some things that we can do?
Definitely finding inner peace and happiness with your own life and surroundings is what it truly, truly means to live a luxurious lifestyle. It's a feeling. So a feeling that you're living your absolute best life. I heard you mentioning earlier, I was, backstage listening about leveling up. And that's something that I've really incorporated into my life. I'm like, okay, we always want to be, or you want to be the best version of yourself. And, I'm 33 years old now. I'm just like, I feel like I'm doing good for myself, but there's always more. How can I enhance my life and better myself on every level, like physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially. So once you kind of start to get those things into line, different pieces of luxury kind of fits into each of those puzzle pieces differently. Like, luxury could just be, reading your Bible or just praying or meditating or fasting or, financially, hey, my goal is I want to save $5,000 in the next 6 months. Mentally, I just want to remove toxic people from my life, or great, I want to take this trip. And those are things that we have to understand. Luxury is not always tangible items. It could just be, luxury is a mindset overall.
Yes. It is. Wow. That was a perfect way to close us out this evening. Thank you so much for bringing your wisdom. I can just say I met you as a freshman in college. And
my gosh. Yes. Was I a sophomore? Yeah, I was a sophomore or a junior? A sophomore, I think. Yeah.
Me and Candace, we came to see you and Charlie.
Yes. Went to Salem.
Yes. And just to watch you just bloom into who you are today. It's been a pleasure to watch. I am inspired. So I had to have
Erica.
Yes, definitely. Had to have you on. I am inspired. So tell the people how they can get in touch with you, what you have coming up, all of that good stuff.
Yes. So you guys can reach me. My Instagram and my Twitter is also Mia the Boss. My website is www.miatheboss.com. I do brand consulting, and I just started something new that I'm about to just kind of do a more social media rollout on, which is Ask Mia, which is going to be girl chats, because I do brand consulting where I can help people, who want to learn how to be an influencer or with their brand. But I get so many other questions about other things. So I'm have girl chats where we can just talk for about 30 minutes. You can just ask me different topics just to kind of get insight. I'm not a licensed therapist, psychiatrist, or life coach, but just kind of just giving my experience in life just to help my fellow women out there.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. I'm so grateful to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a pleasure. I hope I was able to sprinkle a little bit on there, and it's just a joy to me just to kind of inspire other people, because one of my missions in life is I aspire to inspire. So, yes.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. You have a wonderful night, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much for having me, Bodies in Motion, and I can't wait to work with you all again.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow, y'all just saw Mia the Boss. Woo! If you are not following her on Instagram, please do so. She truly is a boss, and it's so exciting to just be able to dialogue with her and learn some things. Now, I'm going to bring up my beautiful co-host so that we can close this thing out. Thank y'all so much for hanging with us tonight. Hey, Angie.
Hey, girl.
What you think?
I love it. Each and every time you invite me into anything, I gain so much. I gain perspective. I become more and more centered and grounded with who I. Oh, look, y'all, I took glasses off. Let me tell y'all what I was doing. I love frames, but these brows, this is beauty conversation. So I was hosting, so I said, let me go on and put the brows.
We can't even see, honey.
Just letting you know, but this is I've become more transparent as the night has went on. It's been a wonderful event. We've gained so much knowledge of things. And Mia, I just hit the follow. I loved everything y'all were talking about, everything y'all were touching on and tapping into. And throughout this personal journey I've been on with growing and learning to love myself, because sometimes you have to relearn or learn to love yourself and put value into yourself. And each and every time I'm a part of any of these platforms, getting closer to people who I personally feel like God has aligned me with, everything just comes full circle more and more. Yes. And so this has been an awesome girls' night.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for always being willing to participate. You know, I love you. For those of you who have never been to a Bodies in Motion Wellness Retreat, Angie is one of our retreat leaders who leads us through our wellness activities. So we had to postpone our one for September due to COVID, but I am excited to get back into hosting retreats in 2022.
I'm excited about that too.
Yes. All right, love. Well, thank you. Oh, go ahead.
Plug for you. First of all, I wanted to comment on your glow. You have an effervescent glow going on.
Thank you. I've been trying to embrace this like no makeup thing. I mean, I have my lashes, but I'm trying to really take care of my skin. I've been getting facials, like just trying to like my true self, right? Even with my natural hair, like wearing my fro out more, just trying to embrace my natural self.
Gorgeous hair, gorgeous face. Like I don't even understand, but we're our own worst critic or anything like that. And you know what? I've never heard you say I'm not beautiful. So it's just, you know, it's nice to give them a little versatility. So now you got the natural glow on. So I love it. I love it.
Well, thank you, and I love you. And
I'm gonna ask. So.
Sure.
Maybe I'm overstepping. I don't know. A couple months back, I saw you had posted an opportunity to take a group trip to, was it Greece? What was it?
The Greece trip?
Is that what it was? Santorini?
Greece? Mm-hmm. Yep. So that is next May, COVID pending. So more details will go out, but that is our spring wellness retreat for next year. So yeah,
everyone who was tuned in tonight, anyone who was watching, keep that on your radar.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So you can always visit bodiesinmotionwellness.com to join our email list and receive all the updates about what is going on and when our wellness retreats are. So thank you so much, Angie, for that plug.
Love you, E. Whenever you need, I'm here.
Thank you, babe. See you later. All righty. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining us tonight. This was a phenomenal ladies' night. We talked about leveling up our home, our space, from McClure Decor. She told us about using what we already have in our house to level up and have a luxurious home. We talked about our hair, skin, and nails, how to maintain luxurious hair, skin, and nails with our panel. They offer some amazing insights. Then we talked to our favorite therapist who talked to us about leveling up, how to handle our emotions as we level up. And then we close with Mia the Boss to tell us that, hey, ladies, we are Black women and we absolutely deserve luxury. So thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Stay up to date with everything Bodies in Motion Wellness by visiting Bodies in Motion Wellness. Oh, there it is. bodiesinmotionwellness.com, by joining our email list. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you for tuning in. I'm going to say a brief prayer to close us out. Thank you, Lord, for this opportunity to speak to your daughters. Lord, I pray that they learn something amazing. I know I did, and I'm just truly grateful and thankful for this opportunity. I pray that everyone that is tuned in just has a wonderful night. They have a wonderful day tomorrow, a wonderful weekend. Like, they just move forward in abundance and luxury now that their minds have been open to these amazing concepts, Lord. Thank you so much for who you are. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, ladies. Time to go. Peace out. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll see you next time. Bye.